Every girl should know how to at least do one full glam. So girls, if you think you don't know how to do your makeup, don't worry. Class is officially in session. Today's lesson is Makeup 101. I'm going to be going in depth on how to actually do your makeup. And it's beginner friendly. I'm going to teach you on how to get your makeup to look like this. Class has officially begun. Step 1 is brows. I could easily just leave my brows like this, but I like a little bit more of a fuller look. So I want to fill in those little bald spots rather than draw on a whole new brow. Look at that difference. It's very subtle, but it also goes such a long way. Next is finding a gel for your specific brow hair type. Some of us have thinner brow hairs, some have more coarse, maybe somewhere in between. I personally love the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is their clear eyebrow gel. I love the formula, but I specifically love their applicator. The spiky little combs are on the sides while the middle is actually flat to really lay down the product. Look at how good that looks. If you want your makeup to stay all day, all night, you have to do your skin prep. Right now, my skin looks good, but it doesn't feel good. And imagine me putting a ton of makeup on top of that. That is truly a recipe for disaster. If you're gonna take absolutely anything from this video, skin prep is my biggest tip. It will truly be your best friend. So I definitely might use a lot of skin prep products and I might not need to use all these products, but this is what I've found that makes my skin feel amazing under all that makeup. Step 3 is primer. I look for anything lightweight and hydrating that will add into my routine instead of just being part of it. I love the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Silk Hydrating Primer. This primer really feels like it's just another step in my skin prep, but I feel like it lightly blurs my pores for a smoother base, which is what we want primer to do. It just makes my skin feel so smooth. The base area can be different for absolutely everybody. I was looking for some coverage, but also really lightweight, so a skin tint is exactly up my alley. Pick up any type of skin tint and any type of illuminator and combine them. Oh my god. Personally, I like using the Merit Complexion Stick. This is what's gonna cover up while still being lightweight and also really even out my skin tone to add even a little bit more of coverage, but still being illuminating and light. I love to go in with an illuminator. I absolutely love this combo. First, you have to know the difference between contour and bronzer. Contour is meant to define and sculpt your face. It's supposed to mimic the natural shadows on your skin. Bronzer is meant to mimic where the sun hits you. Contour you typically apply right on your cheekbone, while bronzer allows you to go a little bit higher. Personally, I like to use contour for the cream liquid of it all, and I'll later incorporate bronzer into my routine. I like to apply my contour right on my cheekbone, on the forehead, and on the jawline. As you guys can see, it gave a very light, sculpted look. Now it's officially time for cream blush. This is my absolute favorite step, and some might say I have blush blindness. Later on, we are going to use a little bit more of powders. So if you still want a light glow, I really recommend adding that into your blush routine. What brands have started to do is add a little tiny glow, some radiance into their blushes. You don't have to do this, but personally, I do like picking up this Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm. Now, when going to blend it in with this one, I'm not scared to be a little messy. I like to bring it under my eye, almost have it like if I'm like literally using it as concealer. We want a seamless finish. We do not want concealer, blush, no, we don't want harsh lines anywhere. Add the light blush more on the top. Now use the blush of your choice, the one you actually want to use, below that, and don't use as much. Don't feel the need to go all the way in or all the way up, just because I already did that with my base layer of blush. Do you need coverage? Do you want hydration? Do you want a concealer that will be crease free? I'm trying to cover up these girls right here. I'm looking for coverage. I recommend getting 2 different shades of concealer. One that is either your skin tone or 1 to 2 shades lighter. Another one that is going to be a couple shades lighter, but this is going to be what's meant to brighten. I'm gonna go in with the shade that is closer to my skin color. So I'm gonna place that concealer where the darkest area is to really cover it up, and later will blend up leftover product that will be a thinner layer of product that will help not go into those creases. This lighter concealer is meant to illuminate. It's meant to brighten. So where I want more brightened is here on the outer corners. And now let it sit, because the longer you let it sit, the more high coverage it's gonna be. And we're gonna jump in to step 8. Lip stains are basically makeup 101 for us lazy girls. These are 2 lip stains that I absolutely love. This is the Etude lip stain, and then this is the Elle Sheer For It blush tint also lip stain. It also just makes your life easier because you don't have to be reapplying your lip products throughout the night. It literally just gives you the prettiest lips. It's time to now blend. Remember that you purposely place that concealer in certain areas and not in others. The area you didn't place it on was on purpose due to creasing or whatever other reason. So I start off by tapping, and again, I really stay where I place the product because that's where I want the coverage to be. Again, the goal is to not really have that much product right there under because that's where the creases form. Now you might think, oh my god, we have to hurry, the creases are coming. We've been doing so many things to make this makeup seamless, so we can't fuck it up now. So I'm gonna go back with my blush brush, whatever product is left over, I am going to add back into that concealer. Setting powder. The setting powder will help with the longevity of your makeup and actually setting that product in place, while a finishing powder like this one, that is a pressed powder by Charlotte Tilbury, will help give you a little bit more of color, so a little bit more coverage, while also giving you an airbrush look. And make sure there are no creases because I don't want to set any creases. And then tap it off on the back of my hand because we don't need all that excess product. We want to avoid cakiness. And since this does have some color to it, it definitely adds a tiny bit more of coverage. See that difference? It looks like I have a filter on this side. Powder bronzer. Going to place it everywhere I placed contour, but maybe just a little bit higher up. I feel like when it comes to bronzer, you're allowed to be a little bit more messy about it. Now we're gonna do the same thing we did with our liquid / cream blushes. We're going to pick a lighter blush and a darker blush. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to pick up the lighter blush, and I'm just going to place it, not scared to go up to the eye area. This is giving us our main base. Now that we have our base, we can go in with our darker blush. Now for this one, we're just going to take a light amount and do it more here in the center / bottom to give us that darker blush that we want without it being too harsh. Step number 12, 13. Highlight. Do you want a more seamless type of highlight, or do you want a very glittery highlight? Personally, I love to use this Rare Beauty highlighter to start. This is in Enlighten. Grab a small amount, and I just like putting it right here on the tip of my nose. So since I want the product in a specific place down the product where I have the power to. Then I get a fluffier brush and blend it out so it's not so harsh. What's really important is to know the difference between a fixing spray and a setting spray. A fixing spray like this L'Oreal one or the One Size are really good on locking in that makeup and making your makeup stay on for a long period of time. Whereas a setting spray like this one, that is one of my favorites, those restore hydration, it gives you some type of dewiness. They're also good to use in between your makeup routine. I literally feel like it just brings my makeup right back to life. It gives you that glow again. I personally like to follow my lower lash line, create the first line, and then just connect it. The farther you connect it, the thicker the wing will be. See that wing? It's thin, it's cute, we know she's there, but she's also not too dramatic. I feel like this is just what fits my eye the best. It's good to figure out what your goal is when it comes to your lashes. Do you want a very full look? Do you want more of a lengthening look? Do you want both? Personally, I like my lashes to pop and be the moment, so I definitely lean more towards a black mascara because I want it to be dark. I also care more about length than volume or like the thickness of my lashes. I just really want them to look long. So my favorite mascara is the Telescopic by L'Oreal. I just feather out and apply some product on the tip of my lashes. lashes, instead of going and just doing the front, I go through the back and I go from the middle to the tip. That already gives them like so much more length. From there, I'm going to do the same in the front. So I'm going to go from the middle to the tip. I will never touch my roots because that's what's going to weigh your lashes down. This difference here is insane. Oh my god, these lashes are crazy. Like, I feel like this literally, it made the look. Step number 16, lips. Personally, I like a more like pink going on to red type of lip. So I have this MAC liner in Hover and I have a lighter color which I feel like matches my lips a little bit more. I'm gonna start off with this lighter lip liner and line my lips. When I get here to the outer corners, I like to actually like fill it in. I'm gonna go in with my darker lip liner and I'm going to really keep this in on the line. It's really helping define my lips, bring some depth into them. Now, nobody wants a bomb lip combo with crusty lips. Nobody's gonna be paying attention to that combo, girl. They're just gonna be paying attention to your lips being dry and crusty. To avoid that, I always will say to put on Aquaphor. It's not gonna ruin your lip combo. It's just gonna add to it. And my lips are always hydrated and honestly, it just helps blend those lip liners together. And voila! Class is officially over. You guys are all free to go. But that's it, besties. It might seem like a lot of steps, but trust me, once you actually start doing it, it's a lot easier than it looks. This truly was my ultimate makeup guide. I'm definitely no MUA, but I do love doing my makeup, and I will say it is one of the top things I get complimented on. I also will say that anytime I walk into a Sephora, I always get complimented by the employees, so I feel like that counts for something, right? But before I go, your makeup looks really good today, bestie. Bye, girls.